Hi everyone, Janey here for Garden Design. Today I wanted to give you all a peek at how my shade window box right by my front door is doing this season. I don't know about all of you, but I always have a little bit of trouble with shade containers and shade beds. It always just kind of gives me pause, and I have to think about how I can bring color and how I can bring life and brightness to a dark, shady area. Now, just a quick reminder of sun requirements. Full sun is 8 or more hours of sun per day. Part sun, 4 to 6 hours. Part shade, 2 to 4 hours of morning sun only. And full shade is 2 or less hours of morning sun. So knowing these requirements, really think about where your container or where your garden bed is and what it's classified as, whether it's shade, or maybe even part sun. This window box I have right here, I would classify as full shade. That means it gets 2 or less hours of morning sun per day. This is an east-facing wall right here, and I also have this overhang, making it even a little bit shadier. So I really had to think about what I could plant in the shade window box that would bring some color and bring some brightness to this shady, dark area. The first plant I chose this season for my shade window box is Proven Winners Hippo Rose Polka Dot Plant. Now, I was familiar with polka dot plant as a house plant only, but little did I know that this plant is fantastic outdoors during the season in the shade or part shade. This plant gets 16 to 22 inches tall, 8 to 14 inches wide, and it is incredibly easy to care for. You can see right next to it, I have this fantastic plant. This is a new one from Proven Winners for 2023. It's called ColorBlaze Mini Me Watermelon. This plant is so neat because it's one of those plants that can handle full shade all the way up to full sun. So you can pretty much put it wherever you want to put it. So I put it here in this full shade window box, but I also have it in another garden bed in full sun, and it's doing beautifully. This plant gets 12 to 20 inches tall and 10 to 18 inches wide. The third plant I have in my shade window box this season is this white one right here. This is called Diamond Snow Euphorbia from Proven Winners. And if you all are familiar with this plant, you know this plant does best in part sun to full sun conditions. However, it does surprisingly well in shady conditions. And that's where I put it this year. And I am so glad I did. Now, this plant normally gets 12 to 18 inches tall and wide. And you can see it is not getting that tall with this much shade, but it's still doing beautifully. It's still blooming its little head off, and it's almost acting like a spiller/filler for this window box. So I'm really glad I took a chance to try out a plant, push the boundaries, and see how it did in this full shade location. When I planted this shade window box up in March, I knew I was taking a chance specifically on the Diamond Snow Euphorbia, but I'm so glad I did. I think it completely paid off, and I've been enjoying the shade window box all season long out here. Here's the fantastic thing. All 3 of these plants are adaptable as houseplants. So that means at the end of the season, I can take all of these out of this window box and bring them inside and enjoy them all winter long as well. So shade containers can be difficult, but if I could say anything, it would be take a chance. It might pay off in the long run.